Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video we are lifting our adventure van, throwing on some bigger tires, and hitting the road. All my light duty stuff is all maxed out, including the jack stands, so we're gonna have to do just one end at a time because otherwise it is way too sketchy, and I still barely got it off the ground. So that's gonna be fun trying to fit the new wheels underneath, but we'll probably just lift it by the pumpkin. Yeah, should we do? To fit the new wheels, we are going to have to cut just a little bit of the inner fender well and a bit of the body to frame mount. There is like a bracket kind of, what would you call it? The gusset on the inside. We're going to leave that in, obviously. We're just going to cut just on the outside of that inner gusset, bring it up to where this part rolls into itself anyway, and then we're just going to match that on the body itself. Once the lift is up, the wheel should have no problem clearing it. It's just under turns, under sharper turns, the wheel does kind of scrape against the body and against the fender. Almost. Ah. Yeah, you got it. Come on. Nice. Almost. There you go. Almost. There you go. You got it.
I want to try to hit it.
Go ahead.
There you go. Nice. Now we just got to take the U-bolts off, take the U-bolt bracket thing on, slip in our lifting block, and put the new U-bolts on. And we're good to go. Oh, yeah? Now you're just here to sit and look handsome.
No, I'm here to do work.
Ah, okay. Got it. You know what you can do right now? Take the spray and go around and spray all of the bolts. Right here, look at me. Go on the other side and spray down, look where I'm pointing, all the bolts. Spray from the top, spraying from the sides, all the way around. And look, in the front, there's the bolts are here too. Look, spray on these bolts all around here. Just soak them up in that stuff, okay?
Okay. Don't smell this in. Smells good. No, just don't smell it. You'll die.
Yeah, that's a setup right there.
can't jack it up any higher. It won't go. Let's see if it can. Just nice in general to have new hardware. Maybe on hand.
And then you have to cut it.
Lift block installed, new shock absorbers installed, everything obviously cleaned up as I work on it. I haven't showed you guys the tires yet, the wheels and tires, so I'll throw these on, and then once I have the van back on the ground, we can take a look at it all together. between the fresh tires and the fresh shock absorbers, this thing is driving like a brand new rig. The first thing that we noticed, because these are quality tires, it is whisper quiet in here. Just absolutely quiet. It's awesome. So as you guys saw, this thing came out so freaking cool. It nice and lifted, 2-inch lifting block in the back, 3 inches in the front, new shock absorbers all the way around. This thing handles amazing, honestly, even with the big tires. Feels like a really big minivan, but at the same time, it's very capable now. We did take it on some back dirt gravel roads with some big ruts in it, and we did find a few little things that are issues because of the size of the tires. There is some rubbing in the front that hopefully we can just get corrected. The next step that we're going to do is actually to help that, to mitigate the rubbing on the body, which is going to be a 1-inch body lift. And we're actually going to do it on a budget compared to some of the garbage that you'll find on the internet, where it's ridiculous. So our budget body lift is going to consist of fresh bolts, new hardware. They're exactly 1 inch longer than the standard one, and then a 3 by 1 inch hockey puck. They sell a body lift online. I think Tech Design sells them, but in my opinion they're a rip-off, because it's just a metal aluminum cylinder that they've chopped up and drilled a hole through. There are plenty of metal suppliers that'll chop up that cylinder for free as long as you pay for it by the weight. All of this, the hockey pucks and the bolts, was a whopping 160 bucks compared to Tech Design's 400. They can keep it. So these bolts are a 1/2 inch, and we'll try with a 1/2 inch bit first, but if it's too precise, then we'll step it up with 5/8 or something like that. Maybe if we twist it in, it'll work, but it's just a hair too small. So what I have is actually a mortising bit that might work a little bit better. The mortising bit is really nice because it makes really clean cuts. So hopefully now, boom.
Oh, look at that.
14 more times. Let's do
14.
it. 14. Now the question is, how much do we care if it's in the center or not? That looks like the center. Right?
Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, that looks like the center.
So to install the pucks, what we're going to do is lift up straight from the middle, Before that, what we'll do is unbolt one side at a time, all the bolts, lift it up, and then we'll tuck in those pucks, put in the new hardware, and then move on to the other side. So after putting all the pucks in, putting the new hardware in, now we can go and tighten everything up and then switch to the other side, do the same thing, lift it up from the center, put in the pucks and the new hardware. So there it is. As far as lift and tires go, that's what it's going to look like. It looks really awesome. Hopefully it gives us that benefit that we're looking for. The biggest thing is, how I said in the beginning, is we like to go to the beach, and the one problem that just about everybody has is they all get stuck in the ruts. For the guys who think they're cool, do burnouts out in the sand. Hopefully this will get us over those berms, and at the same time the tires aggressive enough that'll get us through that sand so we can actually enjoy it like everybody else. In addition to being able to do some of that, what do you call it? Open camping or something like that. I forgot what it was called. But no real drawbacks to the lift itself. The only drawback that I had was as far as fitting the wheels, is the wheels are nice and wide now compared to stock ones. So there is like a little bit of rubbing that we might be able to correct with some spacers. As far as the body lift goes, the only way you can even tell is if you put two vans together and you were able to see that there's a little bit of a gap compared to stock. But the gaps on the van all over are massive, so that just goes along with the aesthetics. All of that is going to disappear though, because I will be installing a winch, a bull bar, and when I do so, I will be lifting up that bumper. That's like the extent of the off-roading that we're going to be doing. At least we know that it can handle that. This thing feels really stable. I love how just a little bit of suspension work and some wheels can really change a rig up. We just happen to have a campsite reserved right after we finish that big beast. It looks so good out here. Right on the lake, fire. It's awesome. So we're just gonna enjoy some tacos, some s'mores, yeah? And we'll catch you guys later. cleaning up camp on Sunday, and before we headed out, I actually wanted to show you guys our hot water tap. This is like a game changer if you're going to be camping pretty often. They have bathrooms and showers up there, but they are just not the same. They take quarters, but in general, they're just kind of not up to par. This thing is obviously super clean because you're the only one that uses it. It's got a little lift up in the middle so that you can drain out all the water when you need it to. But it's actually relatively nice and spacious, and it actually comes up and down in I think less than a minute and a half. Everything on the hot water tap is quick connect, so easily just turn off your gas, quick disconnect it underneath. Same thing with the hose. We have tap here, but we also did a fresh water pump that you can literally throw into any body of water. It will filtrate and pump the water into the machine so that you have hot tap anywhere. Really sick, really cool. Look into it. It's not cheap, but it's worth it considering you have clean hot tap water everywhere you go. You know what? I don't care what anybody says. He's not compensating for anything.